So here's Brian Stelter, who, reliable sources, he's supposed to be the media watchdog. And instead, of course, he is just Joe Biden's lapdog. Here he was. Honestly, my new nickname for the establishment media when it comes to Democratic administrations, they're the human centipede. They're just the human centipede. Anyway, here's Brian Stelter explaining that Joe Biden is making news boring again. He's making news boring. See, here's the thing. If you were a news person, Brian Stelter, the news would not be boring. He's pursuing some fairly radical policy right off the bat. We'll get to that in a moment. But it's boring because you see, all you wanted to cover, Trump made their job so easy. He really did. The reason that Trump made their job easy is because every day they would get up, they would look at Trump's Twitter feed, and that would decide what they cover that day. He would literally just tweet out the news cycle. He'd be like, this country is a bleep hole. I mean, oh my God, that's 12 hours of content. Get me a panel, Jamel Hill. I need on air right now. Get Michael Eric Dyson on the phone. Stat, the president tweeted out that a country is a bleep hole country. And everybody's like, okay, yeah, that's like not great, but I'm just wondering what that has to do with policy. I'm like, no, not normal. We're going to have 12 hours of not normal with chyrons. Not normal. Right? That was the entire Trump administration was that. The truth is, the saddest people in the world in the media that Trump's Twitter got banned are the members of the media. Because now they actually are supposed to have to do their jobs. But here's the thing. They're not going to do their jobs. Instead, they have literally their new policy in the media is to declare themselves irrelevant. I've never seen anything like this in the media. We felt that we were relevant during the Trump administration because we were calling balls and strikes. I'm a conservative. I was going to give you my opinion of what Trump did. I was going to give you my opinion of, yes, the tweets, but also the policy. The media were like, no, we're not going to cover the policy at all. We're just going to cover the tweets. And then everything with regard to policy will be seen through the prism of the tweets. But now that a Democrat is in the White House and the Democrats have Congress, now the media are declaring that they no longer are relevant. I've never heard of anything like this. It's amazing. They have the same perspective about their job that I would if I were a politician, which is my job would be to make myself irrelevant so you can live your life. But the media, their job is not to be irrelevant. Their job is to cover the news. But here's Brian Stelter of reliable sources explaining, basically, we're done. The news is boring. You don't have to watch anymore. Turn off CNN. What is going on here? Here's Brian Stelter.
Is President Biden making the news boring again? People are always asking what the media will do post-President Trump. This week, after Biden's inauguration, they've been asking, are reporters going through withdrawal? Are they missing Trump's tweets? Are they lost without outrages to cover? These headlines from Axios and other websites point out that Biden's plan is dull by design. So is he making the news boring again?
Is he making the news boring? So, and then he shows a couple of headlines, right? Axios, Biden's dull by design plan. The Atlantic, boring is better. Mashable, Joe Biden's first presidential tweet is refreshingly boring. See, he's so normal, guys. Normal. Boring. With normalcy and boringness. Isn't that amazing? By the way, Stelter then tweeted out a chyron on his show. This is the chyron. Psaki promises to share accurate info, in parentheses. How refreshing. What do you think your job is, Brian Stelter? Like, seriously, what do you perceive your job to be? How refreshing? Okay, so here's the thing. Every single person who gets up at the White House podium says they're about to provide you accurate information. They then lie to you. Okay, this has happened for every single White House press secretary of whom I'm aware. Some of them lied less than others. Dana Perino and Ari Fleischer lied less than Robert Gibbs and Jay Carney. Okay, but the basic idea that you in the media are going to be like, how refreshing, a politician has promised me honesty. Literally the opposite of your job. Your job is to say, yes, I know you're promising me honesty, and now I'm going to hold you accountable. But they don't do that. They have no intention of doing that. I mean, the wild shift between, look how normal and boring this is, and 5 minutes ago when it was everything is a crisis, every single thing is a crisis. It's absolutely astonishing. Right, here's a flashback, right? So Brian Stelter was saying, we're back to normal, guys. It's boring, it's normal. This is Brian Stelter just a few months ago being like, nothing is normal. There's not a single thing that's happening that's normal right now.
It's like New Orleans floods every day. It's like the planes go into the towers every day. And to look away or act like it's now normal or acceptable is a disgrace to the victims.
Okay, I'm just going to point out, while you guys are talking about Joe Biden's ice cream flavor, while you guys are talking about how normal Joe Biden is, and the new boring and the new normal, more people are dying on a daily basis in the United States than have ever died from COVID in the entire history of COVID. Just going to point that out. So if we were the media and we were to cover this consistently, right now, Brian Stelter would have been on TV yesterday. Who'd been like, look, there was Joe Biden tweeting out about chocolate chip ice cream. Yesterday was 9/11 in the United States. Yesterday, planes were flying into buildings in the United States, and this guy was tweeting about chocolate chip ice cream. This is not normal. But no, they're never going to do that, right? Because it's so normal. Everything's normal. And the media are determined to talk about how normal this is. I hope you enjoyed that clip from The Ben Shapiro Show. If you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you stay up to date on all of our future content.